guys, it's Deb here with Country Craft Creations and Creative Life, and today we're going to be using the Craftology Box for May of 2018, and we're using the beautiful Authentique paper that is the Party Paper Collection from Authentique, and we used this for some cards, and I did a scrapbook page layout for our 8x8 mini album, and now we're going to be making another mini album, but this one is going to be for the add-on, which is the BoBunny chipboard album. This is called the Bare Naked album, and it comes like this. It's already done for you, and you open it up and you've got your pages here, so which is awesome. So we are going to go ahead and start decorating this. So for the front cover, I decided that I'm gonna leave this the fabric, because this is like a fabric. It's like a burlap, or no, not a burlap, but it's like a fiber, a twill type fabric. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and leave that like it is, and then we're just going to cover this part here. And I'm going to actually, I couldn't make up my mind if I wanted to paint the edges or if I wanted to cover the edges. So I think what I'm going to do is cover the edges, and we'll see how that works. And then for our pages, I think I might go ahead and just paint the edges. So I think that's what I'm going to do. So if you want, you can go ahead and remove your pages, because I want to cover the book first. I don't know, that's just how I am. I always do everything backwards. Some people do their pages first, and they work from pages and then to the book, and I do the book and then to the pages. So it just depends on what you're used to doing. So for my front cover, I'm going to go ahead and use this pale pink, which comes in your kit, and I'm going to use that for my front and back, I think. So if I have enough. Okay, oh, I didn't even think about that, y'all. So let me make sure I am going to have enough for that. So let me take off this part here. Okay, and I'll cut these little pieces off. I had cut a square off of there for a project earlier. So let's, so I've got, this is actually 12 by 12, but I'm missing a little part right here. So I need to make sure that I have enough of this to go around. So I want to go ahead and lay this down just like this. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to have enough, because I'm going to have to cut it a little bit longer in through here. And I don't think I have another one of these in my stash. So we are going to have to improvise. Let's see here. Maybe I will go ahead and paint the edges then. If we paint the edges, then I won't need a whole sheet. So I'm going to grab some pink paint and some other things, and I will be right back. Hi guys, I'm back. So since I didn't have enough paper to cover both sides, the front and the back of the album, what I decided to do was to grab some paint, and I'm going to use the Distress Paint Spun Sugar from Tim Holtz, and I am just going to go ahead and paint the edges of my book. So alrighty, so with that being said, I'm just going to go ahead and get this working here. Okay. And let's see here. And I'm going to go ahead and do, while I'm doing this part, I'm going to let this dry, and then I'm going to do all my pages too. So I'm going to go ahead and start with my page first. And basically, I'm just running my paint, and I might take it out of here and just go ahead and paint along the sides. So, so I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just going to set that down, and I'm going to take this off and grab a paintbrush. So I've got paint coming up down here. Hold on one second. So I'm going to put that over here like that. And I'm just going to grab a paintbrush. So hold on one sec. Whoa. Sorry. I'm okay. I'm okay. So, let's see here. I'm just trying to find a little paintbrush. I don't want something big. I might go ahead and use one of these. Let me see about opening this. I bought this the other day over at Michael's when I was there. They were like, I think they were like $3 or something. It might have been $2. I don't remember. But I always need these little things, and they're just great to have around. So I just need a small one, because it gives you like a bunch of different items that you can use. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of my little cups here as well. And actually, you know what? I'm going to grab, oh, nope, that's not going to work. I'll just grab this. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour my paint in there, just like that. And grab some paint on here. And then I'm just going to go around. Now I'm not going to do my whole board. I just want to do the ends, okay? Just to get them nice and coated. And then a little bit of the edges. That way, you know, your when you paper over it, it won't show very much. So, or it won't, yeah, it won't show the chipboard. So just like that. So that's where I'm gonna just paint, like probably about 1/4 inch to 1 inch all the way around my little chipboard here, just like that. And I'm going to move that out of the way because I don't want paint getting on that. And I should bring my Ken Oliver mat down here, so that way I don't get paint all over my desk. Okay. So when you're done painting your chipboard, okay, and it's pretty porous, so you'll want to like make sure that you go over it a couple of times. Okay. Now you can paint this inside part if you want to. It's totally up to you. I'm just going to paint a little bit here because we will be papering that, but okay. Just like that. So I'm going to go ahead and set that down and let that dry. So I'm just going to set that right over here. And of course I don't know where. I don't have a spot yet. So I'm going to set this right over here. Okie dokie. So got that set over there. move some stuff around. So, okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my Ken Oliver mat. I'm going to go ahead and set that down, just like right here. Okay. And bring my board over. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and paint the edges of my board. Okay. And it'll probably take, I don't know, probably 2 coats, I'm thinking. Be careful not to get it on your little, your fabric right here. Okay. So, I'm just kind of butting up against it slowly. And just like that. And then I'm going to turn it around and do the bottom part. And like I said, it's kind of porous, so it'll soak in really good. And just go back over it, okay, with another coat. So depending on what type of, you want like just a really thin, you know, layer, or what type of look, you can put however many coats you want on that. I want mine to be pink, like a pale pink. So I'll probably go over mine a couple of times. So, like, then I'm going to go ahead and finish this part. And again, I'm just kind of going up there just to the end. Just kind of touching the fabric, but not like too heavy. Not really getting too close to it. Okay. And right now I'm just checking to see if I need to add another coat somewhere. And of course you can let it dry. You know, once it dries, you'll get, you know, an idea if you need to add another coat to that. So I'm just going to do the other end, and then I will be right back because I'm going to finish the rest of my pages and go ahead and paint those up and let those dry, and then I will be right back. Okay? Okay, you guys, I'm back. So I went ahead and painted my edges of my my album, and they look pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and start covering my my album here. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and I'm just going to go ahead and butt this up. Actually, I might just go ahead and put this a little bit I'm going to butt this up. I decided I'm going to go ahead and butt this up right here against the little fabric that I have. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down, and you are going to have to cut that at let's see, we're going to cut it at 6.5 by 4 5/8. Okay, so that's what we're going to cut it at. So 4 5/8. So go ahead and cut this first. Or actually, yeah. Right, let's see. That's what I wanted at. 4 5/8. So 4 5/8, that's right. I just want to make sure my pattern was going the way I wanted it. So, not that it matters, I guess. So, okay, so then the next one, so 6.5 right here, and so there is 6.5 right there. Okay, so that is going to be our front right there, just like that. And then right here, what I decided to do, and I might have to cut that just a bit because I see it's a little hanging a little bit over right here. This part isn't, but the other part is. So we'll just need to cut like not even like a little tiny bit right there, like a tiny sliver, teeny tiny sliver. Okay, right there maybe. Let's see if that works. It might be a little bit short, but it'll work because the paint, the little pink paint, kind of covers that up a little bit. And then right here, what I decided to do was I'm going to put some of this on here and do like a really cute little bow on it. And then so we'll do that. And then I just need a couple of more sheets. I need a page here and one here and one here. And so to cut those down, I might even, let's see here. You know what? I might go ahead and just cut down a little bit from that page, this up here too. So I'm going to cut like a little tiny bit off of this top part here, and then I'll measure it and give you guys the exact measurement that you'll need to put it at. So we're there. So if I do it right here, let's see if that works. It might be a little bit short, but that's okay. And actually we can go ahead and bring it up a little bit, because even if you leave this little gap right here, we're going to cover that up with some ribbon. So that's going to be okay. Alright, so so for your pieces, for the front, the back, and the inside, if you want to cover the insides with the same paper, you will need them to be at 6 3/8, okay, by 4 1/2. All right, so 6 3/8 by 4 1/2. So 4 1/2 by 6 3/8. So my 3/8 mark is going to be right here, I think. I always mark it down and then I forget where I mark it. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay, so that's going to be for our front and our back, okay, right here. So that'll work out really good. So, and then for the inside part, okay, since we're going to go ahead and cover these, we're going to go ahead and cover those with, you know what, I want to use the big birthday cake, I think. I don't know, I'm deciding, because I haven't used this one yet, you guys, so I kind of like that. Let's go ahead and cover it with that. So we're going to cover, use that to cover right here and here. So I think for, right here on this edge right here, I want this one for the party. I really like that party up there. And then on this one here, because this will have part of this, I really like this lady right here. She's so pretty. And I like those little kids. Those little kids are stinking cute. But I think I want this. I'm going to save the kids. So, either that or the man and wife. Or the man and lady. I don't know if they're man and wife. So, but yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that. So, okay, so we need this at 6 3/4. So, 6 3/4, I'm going to just measure with my other piece of paper. And I'm going to mark it right here. Okay. So I want to make sure that that's where I'm supposed to cut. Okay. So, and I cut off her head, but that's okay. We'll just have to deal with it. So, and then at 4 1/2, so there's that one. And then I'm going to turn this around because since I'm cutting it at 4 1/2, and I want this party part on my front as my part of my book, I'm going to go ahead and cut that right there. So that should fit just like that. And that is great because on this part here, we're going to do a little pocket. So we're going to do like a little side pocket here, and same thing here. We, on this side, okay, this will butt up against this like that, okay. And right here, we're going to go ahead and when we add our ribbon, it'll go all the way around here, or I'm sorry, it'll go all the way around to this one. This back here, we're going to add a little edging or something so we can cover up this part right here, okay? And maybe a little pocket right here. So, okay, we've got that down. So, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move these items out of the way. And now, the big choice is to use either the polka dot side or this side. I kind of like the polka dot side because it's really fun. And so I think I will use the polka dot side. So, what I am going to do is I'm actually going to use my score tape for this part. So, I will be using the score tape. And I will be fast forwarding. Alright. So there's the front, and then there's the back. So we've got that done. I think this one is a little bit over right here, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. And to cut that off, I'm just going to go ahead and use my X-Acto knife. If I can find it. There it is. I'm just going to cut that off. Just a little piece. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so there we go. So there is the top of our book. So, okay, so the next part, what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and put the ribbon, or we're going to go ahead and put the insides in here. So I'm going to put this right here, and this is going to go just like that. Okay. Scoot that over, just like that. I might just go ahead and scoot it all the way to the end. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and put some little, like probably a little, I can't think, trim right here or something, so we're going to go ahead and cover that up. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then on this one here we're going to do the same. We're just going to scoot that way over there, just like this. Okay, and then so it'll be just like that. So again, I'm going to go ahead and put some score tape on the back of these, and cover that, so I will have to see what I did here. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut this down just like that. And I'm just going to cut a piece off. Okay, so let me go ahead and burnish this down here. And we're going to take a look at the damage I just did. And it's not too bad. Actually, it didn't like come off of here, so let me grab my paper, because I'm wondering if I could just cover it with my paper and it won't show. And don't know. I am going to go ahead and repaint it real quick and let that dry. Okay, so let me grab my paint and grab a little paintbrush here. Okay, and since I went ahead and put the back on, I'm just kind of rubbing my finger across it around my paper. Okay, so I think that that is good. I'm going to let it dry. Blowing on it. And I'm going to let that dry, and then I will be right back.